Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, in this video, so would like to explain a question from the chapter integration. And this is a type of odd question, guys. We call it K-bar. We call it K-bar question. Okay. Now let us move on to the question, guys. Okay. Now in front of you here, there is a diagram given for you guys. This is a diagram. Okay, this is your diagram. Okay. Okay. A question asked by one of my students. So is this two curve? No, guys, this is a one equation. This is a one equation. This is the equation class. So this is the equation. Okay. So some of them they confuse. They say, sir, got two type of curve. So why got only one equation, guys? Okay, this is a type of a reciprocal graph, a type of reciprocal. Okay. So let us explain first about the graph, then I will come back to the question, guys. Otherwise, if you don't know, if you cannot understand the concept of the graph, the question will be a bit problem for you guys. Okay, so let me explain first. So I create for you some graph over here. Okay, guys. So I just want to show you first class. Guys, most of us know about reciprocal. I think most of us know about reciprocal. Okay, this is the graph. So I'm going to put y equals to 1 over x. I think most of us know about this graph. This is called reciprocal. Okay, where guys, okay, this graph, this is a graph called reciprocal. Okay, and this graph can receive any value of x except 1. You cannot, this graph cannot receive x equals to 0. So x cannot be 0. We call it like this, x cannot be 0. Okay, why x cannot be 0? What will happen if x 0? Okay, if you put x 0, that means your y equals to 1 over 0. And 1 over 0, if you use calculator, is going to be infinity, guys. Okay, that means no answer. No answer given. Okay. Okay, so at the x equals to 0, that is called infinity line. Okay, where is the x 0, guys? Can you see this is x? Can you see this is x, right? This is x, and this is your x 0, right? Okay, you know what's the meaning of x 0? Guys, this is a line called x 0. Okay, this is a line, we call it x equals to 0. You understand? This is a line, we call it x equals to 0. At the same time, this is the infinity line. Okay, this is the infinity line, guys. Okay, how to draw this? Reciprocal. Guys, listen, this is your graph. Now this is your graph. If you notice this graph, guys, if you notice this graph, okay, what will happen is, if you notice, so can you see this line? Okay, you see the graph here won't touch that x equals to 0, won't touch, because this is the infinity. So that means they will go along the side of the x, but they won't touch. Understand? So this is a one graph. Actually, this is a y is equals to 1 over x. Actually, you see, got two graph actually in this what you call Cartesian. We have two part of graph, right? Actually, it belongs to one graph. Okay, so I give you one more idea, guys. I give you one more. Y equals to, okay, example, I give you a simple example, 1 over x minus 2. Okay, guys, so what is the condition here? What is the condition why this graph can be negative? If the bottom here, if this bottom here, or we call it denominator, becomes 0, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is x minus 2, I put equals to 0. So x is equals to 2. That means we know that x cannot be 2. If your x 2 means, what will happen here is y 1 over 2 minus 2. You see your x is 2, right? So y is equals to 1 over 0, and 1 over 0 going to be infinity, right? So same goes back to the previous example, right? Okay, so where is your x2, guys? So this is the x, this is the 2. So I'm going to mark, sorry guys. So I'm going to mark here. So this is a called infinity line class. So this is, we call it an infinity line at the x equals to 2. And can you see, right? At x equals to 2, there is an infinity line. That means you cannot cross the x equals to 2. Understand? So the graph should be like this. Understand, guys? See, the graph won't touch the particular line over here. Understand? So this is called reciprocal. Okay, guys, actually this is a y equals to x negative 1, right? Can you see the power is negative 1, right? Okay, there's another graph. If you have y square at the bottom, so this one, y equals to 1 over x square. Okay, this is another part of reciprocal, but this is slightly different. Okay, slightly different. Okay, So same goes to this class. The bottom here cannot be 0, right? If this value going to be 0 means it's going to be infinity. So that means your x cannot be 0. Still same, x cannot be 0, right? Okay. So let me teach you guys where is x0. I think everybody knows this is your x0. Right? This is your x0. So how are you going to draw the graph? Okay, this is your graph. Okay, if your x square is like this, now this is your graph. See, if you have x here, it's going to be y is equals to x -2. Guys, if -2, the graph will be side by side. Okay, the graph will be side by side if -2. If the y is equals to -1, y is equals to x -1, the graph will be opposite direction. They will be in opposite direction. Understand? Okay, so please try to understand this. Okay, so this is another type of reciprocal, but this one, the graph will be side by side. Okay, look at this one. I'll give you one more example. Okay, the bottom cannot be 0, right? So I'm going to take the entire things. Look at class. X -3. Even if you want to put square, up to you. Like you want to put square, you can put equals to 0. Okay, guys, when you transfer the square over here, it becomes square root. Square root of 0 is 0, right? So x -3 equals to 0. So x going to be 3, right? So that means x cannot be 3. No, if your x is 3, the bottom will be 0, right? So that's why you cannot have x equals to 3. So where's your x3? So I'm going to mark here. This is 3. Okay, this is your line called x equals to 3. So what I'm going to draw? This is my graph. Understand? Got it, guys? Hope that you understand this concept. Otherwise, when I start to explain the question, it will be difficult for you. Okay, try to understand this, guys. Huh? Okay. Another thing I forgot to tell you guys. Okay, sorry, forgot to tell you. Okay, guys, this graph is actually symmetry. When you cut the what you call the infinity line over here is actually a symmetry line between the both graph over here. Understand? So it's a symmetry line. Okay. So I'm going to back to this question class. Okay, this is your question class. Do you want to read the question? The diagram above shows a shaded region bounded by the curve y is equals to 2 over bracket x minus 4 square. The line y is equals to 4. I think you can see the line. This is a line called y is equals to 4, and this is a line called y is equals to 9. We have two lines there. Okay. Determine the area of the shaded region. So we're going to calculate the area first. Okay. And then what you can say about the area of the region bounded by the curve and x-axis. Later, after we done this, we will discuss that. Okay, guys. Now, you can do with the x-axis, but if you want to do with the x-axis, you have a lot of things you have to do. Okay, I show you what you're going to do with the x-axis. If you want to do with the x-axis. Okay, guys, can you see what I'm doing here? I cut here. Can you see? Sorry. Okay, can you see? I already cut them. Okay, if you look at this one carefully, guys, this is actually the middle one here is actually a rectangle. It is a rectangle. And then if you can find this one side, you just need to times over 2 there. I told you, right? It's a symmetry, right? Okay, you can need to find that one area here. Just using one area, then you after that you times by 2, enough. Okay, but to get this, guys, to get this is not a joke, because you know why? You need to calculate all this value of x. You need to calculate this x, you need to calculate this x and this x. All this you need to calculate. Okay, so I feel that method a bit. And then here also, when you integrate this, you need to minus out this. You need to minus this also somehow. So I think this method is actually a bit long. So what I can see over here, I have one idea for you guys. Okay, can you see where is the infinity line over here? The infinity line here. Okay, the bottom one, right? So x minus 4. I don't want to take the square, guys. 0. X equals to 4, right? So that means x cannot be 4, right? That is your infinity line. Okay. So I have one idea for you. I just have one plan. This is my own idea. If you think that this is suitable for you, you can try. I'm going to take this graph. I'm going to move the graph. Okay, move the graph. That means, okay, this is my x equals to 4, right? So if I move the graph to the 0, what will happen? So if I move to the graph 0, this 4 is going to be 0, right? Can you see this 4 is going to be 0? Because, understood, right? Because here 4, you see, here 4, this one also 4. If I move that the infinity line to the 0, then this one going to be 0. Understand, right? So I have one small plan for you guys. Okay, what I did here, I do some, okay, wait, let me do for you. This is a 4. So what is my idea here? So I have, okay, wait. To draw the curve is a bit difficult for me. Okay. Almost done. Okay, looks similar, right? Okay. So guys, what I did, I transferred, not say transfer, I moved the infinity line to the 0. So now this is my shaded region now. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, this is my shaded region now. The same thing, guys. The graph, everything same. The graph is still same. So only things what I did here, I moved the infinity line. So when I move the infinity line, this one going to be like this: y equals to 2 over, guys, your 4 here is going to be 0 because your infinity line is 0, right? So x minus 0 is x. So you're going to have x squared here. Understand, guys? The same thing, only thing here is 2 over x minus 0. So x minus 0 is xy. So x squared, right? So that you understand this, guys. So this is my small idea for you guys. Okay, I already moved the graph to the x-axis. So now we already have, this is 9 and this is 4. Okay, so what I have one small plan for you guys. I'm going to integrate them towards y-axis. I'm going to try to integrate them towards y-axis. I just want to find one side here, then I multiply by 2. Done. Everything solved. Understand? So let us do the idea first, guys. Okay, the formula will be area. So it's BA x dy. Okay, I think you know what's your B and A. So guys, now this is your A. So this is your B. And this is your A. Got it? Okay, so your next thing is I'm going to take this equation. I'm going to change them into I'm going to express this equation, class. I want to express this equation into X. Okay, look here. So your X square is going to be 2 over Y, right? So the square root, the square you bring that side is going to be square root. Got it? So I want to simplify this, class. So can I do this? If you can plan this, can I break this square root into 2? Can, right? You already learned in the chapter called surd and logarithms, right? Okay. So guys, this is a square root of y. What is the index of the square root of y? It's 102, right? Okay, look here. So it's square of 2. This is a square of 102. The index is 102, right? Square root is 102, right? The index you bring on top is going to be negative 102. So I ready this one for me to easy to put inside there. Okay, so let us do put inside there. Okay, B and A is 9 and 4. So your X is square root of 2 with the Y negative 102 dy. Okay, got it, guys? We're going to integrate this. So when you integrate, you're going to get square root of 2. Okay, this one you need to plus 1, right? Negative 102 plus 1 is going to be 102 positive. That 102, don't forget, need to divide here. So these two actually you can put on top, right? You can put on top. So you're going to have like this, guys. Okay, this is going to be 2 square root of 2. And this one, can I change back to square root of y? I don't want to combine, class. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to substitute, guys. I'm going to substitute 2 square root of 2 square root of 2 and y going to be square root of 9. This is the first substitution. Minus, I'm going to substitute the 4 inside there. Okay, class, look here. Okay, square root of 9. Square root of 9 is 3. So 3 times 2 here is going to be 6. Minus. Okay, square root of 4 is 2. So 2 times 2 here, it will be 4. Okay, this one we can minus. So 6 minus 4 is going to be 2. Right. So your next step is you're going to give me a shaded region. Okay, shaded region, I told you right, it's a symmetry. You can just times by 2. The answer is 4. 4 square root of 2. Unit square, or you can give me in decimal class. So what is in decimals? 4 square root of 2 is 5.657. Okay, got it. Understand? So this is your answer, class. Okay. Okay, maybe a student can ask me a question. So how about this side, sir? If you want to integrate this side, what should I do now? Okay, the same thing, guys. Only thing here. So when you square root, you put negative over here. When you square root, you can have negative, right? So when you have negative in front, that one is represent this part. Represent this part. Understand? Will represent that part. Okay, if you put negative. Okay, understand? Okay, guys, settle, right? So you understand the whole concept now. So what I did, okay, maybe you can ask me, sir, if I do without transferring, if I do without moving that thing, can. Then after that, you need to minus out this. Understand? A lot of things you have to do. So this is easier for you. Understand? Okay. So I think most of you send me an answer for a question, answer for this. I think you can compare with my solution. Okay. So hope that you understand, guys. Okay, this is the final solution. And then the next one. Okay, this one, class, this one. What you can say about the area of the region bounded by the curve and the x-axis. Okay, class, if let's say we want to integrate this curve using the value here, using this this value and this value, right? When you want to integrate, right? So when you integrate, what will happen is, I told you, right, this is infinity. So the area will keep on going on top. So the answer going to be infinity. Understand? The answer going to be infinity, undefined. You can write that. So what you can say about the area of the region bounded by the curve and x-axis? So the area is going to be, the value of the area going to be infinity or undefined. That's all. Okay. So hope that you can understand, class. I give you a entire lookup here. Okay, this is the entire solution. Hope that you enjoy the video and hope that you understand. The most important is you have to understand. Okay. So thank you, guys. Have a nice day. Bye.